Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. It's been a long day and I'm ready to have one right now. So I'm taking a look at this one that is actually from out of Italy. This is from Birra Moretti. It is a Doppelbock. This is the La Rossa or La Rossa. I should have checked out how to pronounce that, but Birra Moretti is actually owned by Heineken, so they're a subsidiary of them. Obviously, though, then this makes that a macro beer review, which is fine. I wanted to check out a different beer from a different part of the world. Recently, I had done a Russian beer, and when I picked up that one, I also picked up this one from Italy to see what this one had to offer. Really looking forward to seeing how this one tastes. Get a little closer there so you can see it on the camera there. Nice looking label on the beer here. Here is the backside of information as well. Although on the back, I don't think it really covers too much. No, just telling you kind of what states you can get deposits back on it. So 7.2% ABV. It's got a nice little tag up there around the neck as well. And for those that like to see the caps, here is the cap on this one too. Let's go ahead and get it open and get it into a glass and see what this one has to offer. As some of you may realize now or have seen recently, I started actually bringing back in beer review ratings as well, just because some people do ask about that. So kind of created my own little process that I use. I look at 5 different areas, one being appearance, one being aroma, one being flavor, one being palate. All 4 of those areas are worth up to a max of 15. And then the last one is overall, which is up to a max of 40. Altogether, that will equal up to 100 if something were to score across the board that high. So in the glass, nice appearance as you can see there. Nice color on it. I can see some of the carbonation streaming to the top. I also got a nice head that came out as about a 2-finger head, maybe a little bit more than that. It's starting to dissipate down a little bit now, about to a 1.5 finger. And a nice cream tan, just off-white type color. Nice aroma for what you would expect. You get the breadiness you expect to get with this type of style of beer. Clarity, I see if I get to the camera right here. If you can see right through, you can really see a good amount of the bubbles streaming to the top. Definitely filtered before it went to the glass, but what you would expect to get on the beer if you were looking at it for appearance wise, I think it definitely does provide something nice there. As far as the rest of the aroma, you get the malts, you get the sweetness, you're getting the breadiness coming out. Very clean smelling beer. Kind of all that you would kind of expect on a Doppelbock, especially if it's under a situation where it's like a macro brew. Now you can actually see the heads dissipated more, where now it's less than a finger, less than almost half a finger at this point. So a very quick dissipated head. Would like the head to stick around maybe a little bit more, leave a little bit of a lacing. Not really leaving the lacing at all as it really works its way down. As far as the taste, well, flavor-wise, you get a nice little pop. You got a good amount of flavor working around the mouth. Nice refreshing quality on that initial kick and on that swallow. Carbonation sits very nice on this one. Not overly carbonated at all. On a warm day, this is one that can actually go down very easy. Now, I mentioned it's 7.2 ABV, so these would catch up with you, but you don't feel the weight of the alcohol in here. Does not feel heavy at all. Can easily be a dangerous beer for some. Getting a little bit of an action in the cheeks for a little bit of a tingling taking place as it's going down. Picking up some of that sweetness and the taste you expect to get with a lager. Getting a good amount of that maltiness in play here. But it's got that nice, crisp, clean feel to the beer as well. Body is a medium body, although it does feel a little bit more of a light to medium, in that you're not really, again, tasting any of that booziness that you would expect to get, especially on something like this, but you're not really picking up that alcohol. So very deceptive, which I like about the beer. Put a little bit of warmth right now as the beer is starting to warm up a little bit as I swallowed it down, but I'm not feeling overly urged to burp. So real nice, again, on the carbonation in that regard. And I took a pretty good amount of, a couple good sized swallows there. So very nice in how it's holding together. And I would say definitely a decent amount of duration on the beer as well. So on a beer like this, how am I going to look at this one? Well, like I said, the appearance was nice. Definitely a nice classic looking type beer. When it came out initially, great head on it. Head is kind of dissipated now. Don't really have any of the lacing left there to take place. You know, it's kind of an okay settling type beer, but you can't really beat that clarity. That clarity is so nice. You get that dark, almost like caramel brown type color you would want to have like on a Doppelbock. So I think it does have a very nice appearance. Again, it's done before going to the bottle, so you're not going to have any of those floaty type things in there as well. But I think on the appearance, it actually stacks up nicely for what you actually get. So for the appearance, I'm going to actually give this one a 11 out of 15. As far as aroma, I mean, it's your typical aroma. Breadiness, sweetness, malts, everything you expect to get there. Nothing really being hidden. Comes out of glass rather easily. Can't really complain about it along those lines. I think it's got a nice amount of a malt aroma to this one. I'm going to actually give this one here 12 out of 15 there. I think it does fine for the aroma that's needed on this beer. As far as the flavor, I think it has a nice flavor on the beer. I think your initial to your finish, you have that nice crisp break you expect to get. Nice refreshing quality. Duration sits around nicely on this one over that average period of time. So you're not really upset with anything along the lines of what the flavor is kind of bringing to you. And it's the taste that you expect to get from a Doppelbock. Doesn't really do anything to really stand out as much in any type of regard, but it delivers on what it needs to deliver. So on that, I'm going to actually give it a 12 out of 15. And then on the palate, good body. The texture is very nice. Like I said, it's crisp, it's clean. Carbonation, not overly carbonated, fits very well. You got a good length of the finish as far as how it sits on the palate. Very palatable type beer. On a warm day, this would actually work well. On a day when it's cooler, this would actually work well. So not overpowered in any regard. So I think on the palate, it does a real nice job. So I'm going to give that one actually a 12 out of 15. And then overall, for the final type score, I think it comes together as a nice package. I know on Untapped, it's got knocked down, I think. And I think some people knock it down just because it's actually a macro, which isn't really how you should be treating a lot of this. And that's where I get into some of the things about how people rate beers and stuff like that, is they're really giving things a full shot. Overall, it's a solid, decent beer, and I think you can sit back and really enjoy this one, and you're not going to be disappointed. If you know what the Doppelbock style is supposed to provide to you, I think it definitely does this. So overall, I'm going to actually give this one a 35 out of 40. And then when I go to total everything up, if I can find my calculator, let's see what that total score ends up to be. So overall for me, this is actually an 82 out of 100. Very solid. A decent beer. I think it's decent and worth a shot. Well, there you have it. This is the, again, La Rossa or La Rossa. I'll have to see how they actually pronounce that. But an Italian beer owned by Heineken. And definitely one worth checking out. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Put some comments in the comments section. Love to hear your feedback on it. But thanks again for watching another video. I look forward to catching you guys next time. Remember to keep drinking good craft beers. Get your beer on. Cheers.